I feel very privileged to be honored tonight by the New York Women's Foundation, an organization I so admire for its focus on women and their health, their economic security, their physical safety, and to me, something that resonates so much: justice, justice for women, justice for all. I want to thank my friend Mary McCormick for that lovely introduction. The Fund for the City of New York does such wonderful work and has gone above and beyond in the call of duty as far as I'm concerned for so many years. And Mary is terrific, and she continues to play a role now in the ongoing activities of the Rikers Commission. I also want to thank Anna Oliveira, the great Anna Oliveira, who the second I heard this woman open her mouth, she inspires me like no one I could possibly imagine. The passion in that heart is something to behold, and what a privilege to serve with her on the Rikers Commission. She's a great, great leader of this organization, and I want to thank the board of directors of this organization for allowing me to be at the luncheon the other day and have some words to say at the pre-gala luncheon. The board is terrific. I met so many of you. My colleague at Latham, Michelle Penza, who's also the wonderful Michelle Penza, who went to all the Rikers Commission meetings, the managing partner at Latham, but she found the time to come because of all the people, the board in this organization, everyone who works so hard. You care about all the right things and all the things that matter in our society. I consider myself, I'm proud to consider myself, for so many years, a feminist. And as a feminist, it is clear to me that the justice system must focus on the unique needs of women. One size fits all does not apply to the criminal justice system. Women and criminal justice. There's such an overlay for women who find themselves in the system, an overlay of violence, of trauma, of race, and they are so often victimized before they even get there. And on top of that, they have to deal with the conditions of the criminal justice system, its jails, and the way we treat women. We must proactively pursue justice for women in our courts and in our jails. And that's why I'm so proud, as the chief judge for so many years, to be able to advocate for criminal justice reform, and for the last year and a half, to be the chair of, we've said it in such a long name, the Rikers Commission. Our firm was the pro bono counsel to the commission. Latham and Anna ensured that women's issues were front and center in our considerations and our deliberations. And for me, as chair, for Anna, and for the entire commission, it was so obvious to all of us, and became so obvious so quickly, that Rikers Island, the Rikers Island jail facilities, are an accelerator of human misery. That whether you're there for 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, or 3 years, you come away worse, far worse than when you went in. There is a culture of violence that is a threat to public safety. You take normal human beings, you send them to that horrible place, and they come out as hardened criminals. Rikers Island is a stain on the soul of New York City. This mass incarceration model that Rikers represents, not only in New York, but around the country, this idea that you take bad people in quotes and you put them out of sight, out of mind, in a place that no one ever sees, no transparency, you treat them inhumanely, and that's the answer to all the problems of our society is so wrong. It's just so missing the point of what we're all about and the value system that we're supposed to have. Rikers Island has to be closed, and it has to be closed quickly. And we have to end this inhumanity, not only to women, but to every human being that comes into that godforsaken place. We have to restore the value system that we live by. This is what our city is about. This is why this city is admired around the world, not because of Rikers Island. The opposite, because of our humanity, our belief in human beings. And we have to go back to that ideal and that reality. And our job is not finished, because the mayor and the governor and all the public officials say now that, yes, let's close Rikers Island. Our politicians, our public people, our leaders have to find the political courage to follow their words with action. That's what matters. And our job is not finished, all of us, unless we make sure that everyone recognizes that women in the criminal justice system are different. Their crimes are overwhelmingly nonviolent, and yet they suffer domestic violence and abuse and trauma as a backdrop to their involvement and this interaction with the criminal justice system. We must ask ourselves, we must raise the question, why should women even be in this horrible place? They need help. They need to have their unique circumstances addressed. They need gender-responsive and trauma-informed intervention. Women need to be diverted from the criminal justice system. They must have pathways out of that system before, during, and after when they come into contact with it. They need rehabilitation services. They need help with mental health and substance abuse, with education and employment, with child care and with trauma care. Women belong in their communities, with their families, and when they're incarcerated, the justice system has to be a hub to give them the services and help to be reintegrated into society. Why in the world we take nonviolent people and treat them, and this applies to women and everybody else, we hold them in jail because they can't make $1,500 in bail, is just so wrong. It's so a travesty in terms of what the justice system is supposed to be about. This is all about justice, and justice can't be about the amount of money in your pocket. Justice can't be about the color of your skin, and justice certainly can't be about your gender. Women are not the same. Again, one size doesn't fit all. We have to close Rikers, and we also have to close this horrible place, the Rose M. Singer Jail for Women. It's talked about, like it's something romantic. They talk about Rosie, is the Rose M. Singer Jail Facility. It's a miserable, horrible place. It's not a term of endearment. It's a place where women are victimized and brutalized and where they absolutely do not belong. For all of us, for women and for everybody else, this is about justice. And justice is what the New York Women's Foundation is all about. It brings justice, this wonderful organization, through helping with health, with economic security, with freedom from violence, with opening opportunities, with creating cross-cultural alliances, with reproductive justice. In so many ways, this organization represents everything that's right about our society and our city and our country. And I am very, very proud to be honored tonight by this organization of all organizations. My wife and I go to a lot, Amy, who's sitting right over there, to a lot of events where you get awards and everything else. Nothing is more important than this award because it's given by the New York Women's Foundation. I am proud to receive this honor because of the work you do for women, for society, and for justice. Thank you so much.